Wow. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Bwtm Sports Gaming. We're back in the house again with you, and it's been a busy week, wasn't it? The week of Joshua versus Usyk, pre-fight, post-fight, James Elabashir, Steve Upshare, and Stacey McKinley in the house. I think we're going to be going there again, to be quite honest with you. So, I thought I would do a what if. And the what if, the question tonight has been asked, what if Tyson Fury loses to Deontay Wilder? Now, if you speak to most people who casuals in boxing, they will say to you, no need to see the third fight because Tyson Fury won the first fight even though it was a draw, and the second fight, Tyson battered him. That's what's said in the media. I'm just kind of paraphrasing. Tyson battered him, so we don't need to see a third fight. And based on what the media say and what a lot of people are saying that really haven't studied this, they're saying that Tyson Fury, best heavyweight on the planet, and Deontay Wilder is not good enough. He's just got a right hand, and Tyson will beat him again easily. That's according to people that listen to the media, really don't think for themselves, and will just say Tyson's the best heavyweight in the world. That's it. And because he's the best heavyweight in the world, he cannot be beat. And Deontay Wilder knocked him down before in the 12th round. He got up, he won the fight. The second fight, he smashed him, and he's the better boxer. Okay, so maybe you're probably right. But they're all the same people that say Deontay Wilder's a bit. He's he's fought bums. He's only got a right hand. He's a windmiller. He's technically not very good. So you listen to them. They've criticised Wilder from top to bottom all the time with his criticism of him. Okay. Now the latest thing is obviously the second fight with the costume and the spike into the water and Mark Breland, all that stuff has come out and has made a lot of people. There are people that have turned on Deontay Wilder, but there are other people who have gone and said, "Okay, hold on, let's have a look at this." Then you've had the situation where the contract was supposedly expired, but Wilder told us different. The contract expired. Frank Warren, Bob Arum, even Eddie chipped him. The contract expired. Fury versus Joshua. What was the next fight ultimately on? Oh, what's going on here? I'm still here. Hold on. Just wait a second. There we go. Better. Yeah, Fury Joshua was the next fight on. Contract expired, and it was definitely going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. Yeah, people quite smug came into my channel telling me it's going to happen. We warned you in December. Not going to happen. There's an arbitration. Past the arbitration, never happened. We've got Joshua versus Usyk, and now we have Wilder versus Fury 3 coming out. Again, even when they're talking about Joshua versus Fury, Wilder was going eye for an eye. This guy was back in training, preparing diligently, ready, preparing for Tyson Fury. Now, it's been more than a year and a half has gone since the second meet between the two guys. But there are people who still believe, till this day, as Wilder would say, till this day, that Tyson Fury is just get in the ring and he'll outbox Wilder and he'll beat Wilder, and it's going to be as simple as that. And it'll be the same as I say. He battered him in the second fight, so he'll bat him again in the third fight. So there's a few things that I want to bring to the attention of the public, if they're not listening. Tyson Fury said that Deontay Wilder, bar none, is the biggest punching, and after him is the second best heavyweight on the planet. He says Wilder beats everybody else, just doesn't beat me. It's cool, you know, thinking that Fury may have Wilder's number. Okay, it's fine. But Fury even admits to the punching power of Deontay Wilder and the possibilities of him getting hit and hurt by Wilder. He admits it freely each and every time, and he reminds the public of that over and over again. The media are not catching that. The public are not catching that. They're still going on about this thing about Wilder being a bum and Wilder being this and that. But this is the best heavyweight in the world telling you that this guy is the most dangerous fighter on the planet. So now, while all this is going on, ladies and gentlemen, I've noticed that a lot of people talking about free Wilder, and there's almost like a, oh, well, you know, Fury's going to win again. What happens if he doesn't? What happens if Deontay Wilder comes back and sensationally knocks out Tyson Fury? Where does Tyson Fury go from here? Because think this, there's no rematch clause. This is the third fight. If Fury gets absolutely starched by Wilder in this third fight, gets knocked out absolutely cold, what will you say? Will you then, those people that said, oh, well, Wilder absolutely got smashed by Fury in the second fight. In the third fight, Wilder comes and absolutely smashes Fury. Are you going to say it's not worth seeing that fight again? Joshua would have jumped through the hoop of losing and coming back and becoming champion. Wilder, if he knocks out Fury, would have gone through the hoop, bounced back and became champion. Fury, if he gets knocked out, can't bounce back automatically and become champion, can he? And if so, would Wilder give him that rematch? Because remember, this is the same Tyson Fury that said, I will never fight Deontay Wilder again. Think about that for a second. I will never box Deontay Wilder again because of the things he said. Now, remember when Tyson Fury was saying, oh, you know, he's only asking for 20 million. 20 million. It's only 20 million. 120, 160 million that Tyson Fury would have to pay if he pulls out of this fight. So he has to fight this fight. And I have every confidence that Tyson Fury will fight this fight. If you look for the second fight, for the third fight, the promotion for it was very slow and very poor. Everywhere you look now, there's promotions for this fight. Bwtm have got it up now. The posters are up. There's promotion going for this fight. But if he gets beat, if he gets knocked out, where does he go? Who does he fight? And if he's knocked out by Deontay Wilder, then what happens? What do the media say about Deontay Wilder? And what do they say about Tyson Fury? The great white hope has been knocked out. Yeah, let's just call it for what it is. In America, Tyson would be considered the great white hope. That's how they would speak about it in America. Not so much England, but in America, he would be considered the great white hope. Not so much for the USA, but for world boxing, heavyweight boxing. If he gets absolutely splattered now, what happens? Does Deontay Wilder go on to be a superstar of boxing by splattering Tyson Fury? Does Tyson Fury still go down to be a great heavyweight? Does Deontay Wilder become a great heavyweight by knocking out Tyson Fury? No other man has done that. No other man has beaten Tyson Fury. Does Fury rebound? Can he come back? And if he's going to come back, if he's got starched by Wilder, who decides not to give him a rematch, where does Fury go? Because surely, if you can see him fight against Usyk, nobody's going to see him want to fight against Joshua. Wilder's got the belt. And I can assure you, if Wilder's got the belt, he will want to go and become undisputed. You want to go on to become undisputed. I don't see Wilder messing around. I actually think he'll go on to become undisputed. One face, one name, one champion. So where does Fury go? And where would the fingers be pointed at if Fury were to get knocked out? Would it be at John Fury? Would it be at Sugar Hill? Will people make excuses that Fury wasn't ready? I've already heard Eddie Hearn saying things like Fury doesn't look ready. You know, let me just pop some of these comments that people are putting up here. Because would Fury scuttle into retirement? That's a question. Would he scuttle into retirement? That was going on in my life. That's gone on and off all the time. The hell? We'll just go with this for now. We'll keep talking. Okay. Very excited for the fight. I do think Tyson's the best heavyweight currently, but I'd never count Wilder out. In my opinion, this is the most competitive fight out of the three. I think so. If Wilder wins, I'm doing a Shira celebration down Peckham High Street. Shira! Shira! For those who didn't know, you put one hand in the air and you run down. Shira! That was a Shira experiment. Okay. Easy and good. Easy, Litvinder. Guys, do you think Mo Leicester can win a title? Who's that? Next. Wilder wins the heavyweight division is more interesting, balanced, with more talking points. Yeah, quite possibly. Quite possibly. Wilder's quite a character. Fury probably retires. Well, that'd be something, because if Fury retires, I mean, he might be considered a big dosser, because if he retires, the bodybuilder came back and became a champion. The basketballer with skinny legs came back and became a champion. And he retired. How does that work? I could see him retired if he gets big. Lights back on again, whatever that was all about. Anyway. So, yeah. So, people think he'll retire. You don't think he'll come back and try and become heavyweight champion again? Two-time heavyweight champion of the world? Like Joshua, it was so nice, I did it twice. Who you got? That's not, it doesn't matter who I've got. That's not the conversation. The conversation about it, the question is, please read the question. What happens if Tyson Fury loses? Not who I think will win the fight. That's not the question. So, I mean, and then what route would he go down? How eager would Fury want to be to get back into the mix again? And it's the weighing if you went out there and got absolutely destroyed like Dominic Brazil or like Bwtm, that sort of knockout. Because I honestly can't see how this fight is exactly the same in a third fight. I can't see it. I do believe that Deontay Wilder, if Fury loses, it's one apiece straight into a winner, the winner of AJ versus Usyk. It's a 1-1. John Fury's blood pressure will rise. Well, that will be an interesting conversation. If Fury to get knocked out, I can imagine John saying, heavyweight boxing, you get hit with one punch, and that's what happens. Tyson went to sleep for 1 second, and then bang, lights out. That's what I'll say. That's how I'll spin it. But what happens with Bob Arum? Tyson gets knocked out by Deontay Wilder. That severely hurts the marketability of Tyson Fury. Who's going to want to see Tyson Fury fight Anthony Joshua? Why is people going to see Tyson Fury versus Usyk? So what happens? What happens if Fury gets knocked out? And does he have the mental capacity? Fury's never shown, because he hasn't had to, that if he got beat, he can come back. Can he do it? It's like Billy Joe Saunders. When Saunders got beat, you know, here Saunders coming back and saying he's going to come back and fight again. And nah, he got beat by Canelo, and you ain't seen Billy Joe Saunders anywhere apart from if somebody's sticking a microphone up in his face. You ain't hearing him talk about no comeback. He's like saying he's done. That's one loss. One loss. Saunders finished. Has Tyson got that sort of mentality? And if he got knocked out, how would he assess the situation? Would he turn around and say, you know what? Deontay Wilder's a good man, or Deontay Wilder, the better man on the night? Would he say that? AJ versus Fury would be a third place fight. Yeah. I mean, but here's this. I'm going to turn this conversation slightly. Wilder's had a year and a half to improve, but so has Fury. So I'm expected to see the best Tyson Fury possible for this third fight. I really am. Expect to see the best Tyson Fury for this third fight. The best Tyson Fury ever in terms of learning new things and stuff. You know, that's what I want to see. That's what I'd want to see. That's what I really want to see. Fury can go back and have a great chance of winning the other again. Great feat if he doesn't. Can he go back and do it though? Can he? Because if he gets knocked out, if we were to make it this way, if Fury got knocked out, Dillian White got knocked out, Usyk fought Joshua again, and let's say Joshua won in the rematch by fighting the right way, then you might still have Wilder and Joshua still out there. We're either going to get the combination of Fury versus Usyk or Wilder versus Usyk, but then you've got Joshua still there. That's the thing. How does Fury plot the way back if he were to get beat? What would the excuses be? And can he come back? That's the question. So those are my thoughts on that. I expect Fury to be better. I expect Wilder to be better. And I expect this to be a totally different fight. And I think this fight is the most anticipated fight of the year. In fact, I'll go on to say, anticipated fights in a long time. It doesn't need media hype. It doesn't need any fake beef, matchroom style. It doesn't need any hype. It sells itself. There's genuine bad blood between these guys, who I thought at first ended up with like two good. They were good mates, Fury and Wilder. They got on really well. Because if this is actors, tremendous acting. So, yeah. Will Fury abandon ship? That's the question. The undercard is really good as well. Yeah, doing an excellent undercard. UK Glory Hunters will have nowhere to go. Maybe use it. Yeah, that is up. That is one. All I say, Fury supporters who are, it'll be interesting to see what happens. It would be very interesting to see what happens. They started going at it on Twitter today. Yeah, so let them go at it. Let them go at it. This fight is going to be something. I really do believe it can be something. Wilder will KO him. Easy work. Well, let's see. Let's hope so. All these people as well. You look at the people in boxing who said he's got a windmill style and Wilder can't box. Now he's learning how to improve his skills. People are still slagging him off. But he looks, from the pictures I've seen of Wilder, he looks physically bigger, stronger. Now, does that take away his speed? Don't know. Speed times strength equals power. So I don't know, by tinkering with Wilder, whether they've taken away his best attributes. And the other thing I'm not sure about is Fury's talking about coming in so much heavier, he's going to steamroll Wilder. Wilder better have improved on how to fight off the back foot. If he is to beat Fury, he's going to have to learn how. He's going to have to come forward and hold center of the ring and force Fury back. What's in the crystal ball, Ingram? The crystal ball says, I don't know. The crystal ball says I expect both guys to improve. I think from Malik Scott's corner, I want to know how Malik deals with pressure. If Wilder gets hurt, how does he respond as a trainer? If plan A is not working, can he work to plan B? When he goes back to the corner in a big fight, what does Malik say to Wilder in the corner? Because we'll see what sort of yes-man relationship. Then if he's getting pummeled by Fury, then is Malik going to stop that fight, or is he going to allow Wilder to get an absolute beating? Those are questions I want to know, because obviously he told this team, don't stop the fight from getting beat. Now, if he's getting beat this time, then is Malik Scott going to be hesitant to stop the fight? Even if it's saving his best friend, his buddy. They're pretty close. Tactically, it's one thing training the guy, it's another thing being tactically spot on the night. Will Malik Scott be tactically spot on the night? Because remember, they're going to be prepared for a Tyson Fury they've seen, but they might be prepared for a Tyson Fury that they haven't seen, i.e. a Tyson Fury that's been working with Sugar Hill and working and crafting up new things. You know, this guy who's going to come in as big as possible. This is actually a bigger man to Wilder. As Wilder bulked up to go toe-to-toe with Fury, as he bulked up to withstand more power, as he bulked up to withstand more powers so he can hold up against Fury? Why is he bulked up like that? I remember distinctly when Lennox Lewis got knocked out by Oliver McCall and he managed to brought Lennox Lewis back, he made him, I think, 20, 30 pounds heavier, and it suited him. Wilder is an athletic guy. His skinny legs and his arms, his framework is always about speed and power. That's made him what he is. The punch knocks you out. And Wilder's speed of hand and foot has what's made him a nightmare for fighters to face. Has Malik Scott made him slower? I don't know. Look sharp on the pads, but pads don't hit back. We have to wait and see. But I expect him to be technically a better boxer than he was pre-second fight. I'm sure the Sugar Hill arrangement wasn't for the short run. Well, there was talk about Fury leaving Sugar Hill to go to Freddie Roach. Remember that? What was all that about? You know? And getting knocked out, inspired by Big Baby Anderson. How much effect does that have on Fury's psyche? Does he really want to be fighting Wilder in a third fight? Is he really up to fighting Wilder in a third fight? Is he fighting this fight because he wants to fight this fight, or is he fighting this fight because he'll get sued for 160 million? Even Ingram, I think this fight becomes 50-50 as it gets closer. I think Tyson has had more distractions, and this works in advantage of Wilder. Well, I'll tell you this much. Fury has had a year, I think year and a plus out of the ring before, and he came back and he fought Derek Chisora, and he looked as good as good as good can be. And I asked him the question. That was the day he turned around and said to me, "This guy knows his boxing." So I asked him the question, "Tyson, you've been out of the ring a year and a bit. Do you have any concerns fighting Derek Chisora in the second fight?" He said I could get knocked spark out, but at the same time, you know what? Ring rust doesn't affect me. That's what he told me. So that was when he fought, and obviously it didn't affect him that night. He looked pretty good. See, what is Tyson Fury's optimum fighting weight as well? I think he's a 19-stone wrecking ball. But obviously, the more weight he puts on, in theory, he should be slower. So Wilder should see those punches coming, and he should be able to get out the way of it and counter. I haven't a clue how to predict this fight. Malik is a train unknown. Wilder's improvements unknown. And we won't know what improvements. We won't know. The best way to know about someone's improvements is pressure. They say pressure bursts pipes. But unless it's put under pressure, we don't know. Now, let's say he gets hit in the chin, he'll go back to what he's been doing before. I don't quite believe that, because what's sparring for? What is sparring for? If you get hit in the chin and you've been learning what you've been learning, then you didn't really learn it. Got a year and a half. It's not like you've been doing this 3 weeks or a month or a couple of months, and then you get the chin. You get training, or you learn it for 3 months, and afterwards you just get in the fight and you don't get it on the chin. You'd have got hit on the chin in sparring. Of course, sparring and a fight is different. I agree, but these things can become muscle memory. These things become muscle memory if he's trained for that period of time. Depends how good a trainer Malik is. Depends how much the Wilder's taken in. And the other thing to remember is how much Wilder has corrected those mistakes. It's all going to be very interesting. But what happens if Tyson Fury were to lose to Deontay Wilder? What would the media say? What would the naysayers say? What would all those people have said that Wilder would get smashed? What would they say? What was the point of seeing this fight? Where would those people be? Huh? Writing Wilder off. All those pundits, all those people that said that Wilder was mentally weak and Wilder didn't want the fight, what would happen? The ring rust won't affect Fury. It's a mental game that will give Wilder the edge. Interesting. Very interesting. Right. I'm calling it a day because I didn't want to make this a long video. You decide. And leave your thoughts in the comment section. What happens if Fury gets, it can't happen, because it can happen. It can happen. Fury is not invincible. A lot you might think he's invincible. He's not invincible. And this is a guy who's dropped him twice. He dropped twice by Wilder before. So he's not invincible. What will Gareth Davis say? That guy. Right. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and get yourselves on the Bwtm app today. Check it out.